Alright, so we continue with the gun. So I've opened up a couple of images here that we can actually look at for reference. I want us to create this top part of the gun. I think the first thing I'm going to do here to create that part is I'll select this. I'll go into polygon mode, select this here, push the right arrow key on the keyboard, copy and paste, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I'll push H on the keyboard, hold down Ctrl and just drag. Shift H on the keyboard to expand. I'll push Shift A on the keyboard to zoom into what I'm making here. Go to multiply, and under extend there's a thicken. So I'll thicken this going in. That looks okay. I like, as I work, I bevel my edges. So I'll just bevel these. Let me just zoom in. I'll deselect all these inside. Alright, Shift A on the keyboard, and I will go under extend, more, edge bevel, and we shall create an edge like that. Let's look at our reference. Alright, okay, so since I already copied this last time, so make sure you're in polygon mode, and I will paste Ctrl V, and I'll move it on top. That's T. I'll push H to stretch, and it's on mouse here. So I'll just drag this to here. Alright, so if you look at the image, you see it continues from just there. So what I'm going to do here is let me just move it up just a little bit more, because as you can see the lining here. So I will leave it here. I think I should stretch it out just a little bit more, like that. Alright, I'll grab this part, make sure in point mode, grab this part, under selection, make sure in selection, push Y on the keyboard to rotate, and I will rotate this like that, and question mark to deselect. I'll go detail and edge mode, and I will just create an edge, say right here. Okay, that looks okay. And alright, so as you can see, this thing looks like it's right there straight up with this thing that we created down here. So I'm going to move these just a little to here, and I'll zoom in. So what I'm going to do, I'll select this here in front and push P to create a face. Change this to texture wired, and here I'm going to select the top. Make sure in polygon mode, question mark to deselect the ones on top here, and I will delete these faces. I'll go underneath and select these of this, and I will delete those as well. So I'll be selecting points. Make sure in point mode, select a point here and a point down here, then select another point here, zoom out, and I'll select another point here. Push P on the keyboard. So we continue. So let me just zoom in, select this point, that point, zoom out. and select that point and that one. Make sure you're going clockwise. For points like this, what I'm going to do is I'll push Control W to weld them, because I don't have enough points, as you can see here at the top. Unfortunate. So I'll continue selecting like this. So I'm going to speed this part up. Okay, so I'm done. So at this point I'm going to drag this point and just bring it up like that, and I'm going to edit. So make sure you're saving. To edit, go into edit edge, and I want to add a loop here, loop cut here, and I'm just going to drag this like this. All right, so I've made that shape, and now let's look at the reference again. So here there's a cut here. Let me just look for the one that's closer. There's a cut here, and then we have another coming in here, these two. So let's create this. In edit, let me just add two cuts close to each other. You know what? Let's just make another one and write that. And I'm going to select, make sure in edge mode, select one edge like this, push the right arrow key and Shift H on the keyboard and just drag it down. Make sure it's on selection. So I'll just drag it down. So I just want to make sure these things are straight. Make sure it's facing up straight. That's good. And so we have these ridges of some sort. Let me just create a loop here. One loop here. And space on the keyboard. Let's save. I'll zoom in and make sure I'm in texture wired. I'll start selecting faces like this. Skip one and select the next one. B to bevel. I'll just drag in a bit. Right click and then drag in one more time. That's okay. Let's go back to textured. All right, that looks okay to me. I'll select this one here, push the right arrow key, copy and paste. I will just move it up, H to stretch, drag it in like this, T to move, I'll move it up, Shift H on the keyboard, stretch it out, Shift A to move in close to see what we're doing. Just position this in the right way, and that looks okay. I'll save, go to multiply, extend, thicken, and we just drag it in like that. That looks okay. Select these edges, push the right arrow key, select loop, and under multiply, extend, more and edge bevel. Let's just make it small. Alright, that is the right amount of bevel that we need. I'll select this, push the closing bracket, and I'll copy paste and just push T on the keyboard, hold down Control and drag it coming down. That's okay. I'll just push it behind a bit. Alright, so we are done with part 2. So catch me in part 3.